A lot of people are removing corn kernels the wrong way. And without realizing it, they are losing the sweetest part of the cob. Corn is a familiar ingredient in our kitchen. From soup, stir-fried dishes, warm salads to simple snacks, corn kernels are always convenient and easy to use. But before cooking, there is one step that all of us have done at some point: removing the kernels from the cob. Most of us hold a knife and cut straight down. Fast. Familiar. Without thinking much. But is that really the best way? Today, I will try 3 different ways of removing corn kernels with you. And maybe, just one small change, will make you never want to go back to the old way again. Method 1, using a knife. When bringing corn home, the habit of many of us is to stand the cob upright on the cutting board, hold a familiar knife, and cut straight down from top to bottom. Everything happens very quickly. With just a sharp knife, it is done in a few minutes. When cutting, we often try to bring the blade as close as possible to the core. In our mind, we always think that doing so will get more kernels and avoid waste. It sounds completely reasonable, right? And truly, this method has been used by many families for years. But now, pause for a moment, and look closely at the cob after you have finished cutting. What do you see? There is still a layer of soft corn flesh clinging tightly around the core. That part is not the hard core. It is the remaining corn flesh, the place that holds the natural sweetness and part of the nutrients of the cob. When we use a knife and press down with quite a bit of force, that soft layer is often left behind. We think we have cut close enough, but in reality, quite a lot of the good part is still on the cob. Not to mention, because we have to use force to cut downward, the kernels can easily be crushed, misshapen, or uneven. Some kernels are thick. Some are thin. Some are almost split in half. While cutting, you may not notice much. But when cooking soup, stir-frying, or freezing, that unevenness will become obvious. So using a knife is not wrong. It is fast and familiar. But if you look closely, this is not the gentlest way, nor the way that gives you the most even and beautiful kernels. And because of these small details, we now have a reason to try another way, one that uses less force, is gentler on the hands, and gives better results. Method 2, using scissors. After trying the knife method and realizing that we have to use quite a bit of force, now I want you to try a much gentler way, using kitchen scissors. It may sound a little unusual, but you will see how smart it is. First, break the corn cob in half. Just one small action, but it completely changes the way we handle the corn. When the cob is shorter, you can hold it more firmly. It will not slip, it will not roll on the cutting board, and it feels much safer. Inside, the corn cob is actually quite porous. And that porous part is the key. Hold the scissors and gently insert the tip right into the center of the cob at one end. Do not rush. Do not try to use force. Just gently twist a little to the left, then a little to the right, as if you are slowly opening the corn cob. You will clearly feel it, the tip of the scissors goes in quite easily, and your hand does not need to tense up at all. Keep twisting gently like that. No need to be fast. No need to be strong. When the scissors go deep enough, the corn cob will split in half. You might hear a small crack sound, that is when the core has opened. And at that very moment, you will see the difference clearly. The rows of corn kernels no longer cling tightly to the core like before. They have been opened slightly. And that small opening makes removing the kernels much easier. Now, you just need to use your hand to gently run along each row of kernels. The kernels will naturally fall off, whole, even, and very beautiful. No more knife. No more scissors. And no need to press hard. Where are you watching this video from? Please leave a comment and let me know. Especially for those whose hands are not as strong as before, this method feels truly comfortable. It does not put pressure on your wrist, does not require strong force, and the movement is very safe. Just by slightly changing the order, opening the core first, then removing the kernels, you will see that removing corn is no longer a tiring task. Method 3. Using the handle of a spoon. After trying the scissors method, you may have noticed something very interesting. As long as we create a small gap between the rows of kernels, the rest almost separates easily on its own. And that is exactly why the handle of a spoon works so effectively. You do not need to use the whole spoon to pry out each kernel. Just the handle is enough. Hold the corn cob firmly, place the tip of the spoon handle at the base of one row of kernels. Then gently push downward along the length. There is no need to use strong force. Just a steady, even pressure. You will see an entire row of kernels pop out neatly and cleanly. The interesting part is that once one row is removed, the inner core becomes exposed. Now it becomes much easier to use your hand to remove the remaining kernels row by row. Have you subscribed to my channel yet? If not, please press the subscribe button. Thank you for your support. You see, with just a spoon, you can remove corn neatly and quickly while keeping the kernels intact without crushing them. Freezing corn, convenient and time-saving. After you have separated such even, intact, and beautiful corn kernels, this is the perfect time to prepare for future meals. Instead of standing and removing corn from scratch every time you cook, we can do it once and use it gradually. But before placing them in the freezer, there is one very important step. Make sure the kernels are completely dry. You can spread the corn out on a tray and use a clean towel or paper towel to gently pat away any remaining moisture. This step may seem small, but it determines whether the corn will clump together when frozen. When the kernels are still wet, they will easily stick together and freeze into large blocks. But if they are dry, after freezing, each kernel will remain beautifully separate. After that, place the corn into a freezer-safe food container. You can also divide them into small portions and put them into zip bags. But today I will use a container so you can see the result clearly. After about 2 hours, you can check. You will see that the corn kernels have frozen but are not stuck together in a block. The yellow color remains bright, looking very clean and appealing. And the most convenient part is that when cooking, you do not need to thaw them first. Just take the amount you need and add it directly into soup, stir-fries, or warm salads. Corn cooks very quickly, does not become mushy, and still retains its natural sweetness. For me, this method saves a lot of time in the kitchen. On busy days, I just open the freezer and already have clean, neatly prepared ingredients ready to use. A little preparation in advance, but in return, a lot more comfort later. Which method do you like most, using a knife, scissors, or a spoon handle? Or do you have your own tip? Please share it in the comments so we can learn together. If you found today's video helpful, do not forget to like and subscribe to Merry Home. Thank you for staying until the end of the video. See you in the next kitchen tip.